What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're all doing well today, bringing you another big hand review. Today's actually going to be more of an overview, though, if I'm completely honest. What we're looking at today is going to be Sat2 Dave's Clark Blades Banto. So I'm going to run through specs, size comparisons, and then give you my thoughts and impressions of this knife. So the Banto has a 3.5-inch CTS XHP blade steel, 4.5-inch frame lock titanium handles, overall length 8 inches, and I did not weigh it yet. Thought we would just do that together right now. Well, let me do it on the side because it does have that flipper tab. So this one's coming in at 5.8 ounces. So this is definitely a weighty boy. And the card that he included with it just shows you that the date of birth on this custom is 5/4/2018. So that's all the information there. I believe the Instagram is still correct. And again, these are customs. Let's go ahead and run through some size comparisons, and then we'll go ahead and jump into thoughts and impressions. First up, we're going to bring out the Demco AD 20.5. Oop, 1 second, just realized I need to adjust. There you go. I was like, why does this look like it's so far away? It's going to be really hard for the size reference. And then we'll go ahead and bring out the Shaman. As you can see, the blades just kind of falls closer to the Shaman. Not quite as long, but nearly as close. We'll go ahead and get these two out of the way. Completely whiffed on that closing. And we'll go ahead and bring out the Benchmade bug out. And we will bring out the SIG K320 made by Hogue. And you can see here, the Clark is just as long as the Hogue. So hopefully these size references are kind of helping you on this custom. Get these two out of the way. And we'll go ahead and bring out the budget knives. First up, we'll bring out the Kubi Royal KU321 sub 3-inch knife, and then the Buck 110 Slim. You can see the Buck is a little bit longer, but more slender. So again, hopefully that has helped you from a size reference. I will do a little bit of a thickness profile so you can see just how thick or thin this 2018 custom is. You can see it is just as thick as the Royal, which is going to be the thickest out of all of these. I'll bring the bug out. You can see the bug out is just much thinner. And then I'll bring that Demco out here as well. So you can see this is just a little bit more of a thicker knife. So thoughts and impressions. First and foremost, I wouldn't have guessed that it was quite that old. It feels maybe like a 2017, 2018 ZT, but if you had put it on the taco bearings like the ZT0562. So it has very nice, glassy, smooth action. It is not fall shut, but it will shake shut. And it has a pretty decent flipper tab detent for the age of this particular knife. You know, modern detents are very well tuned and feel just as snappy as, I would say, like an assisted knife, but this has a nice detent to it. The other thing that I really want to jump into, it has very neutral ergos, feels really nice in hand, but the attention to detail on the milling of this knife is really quite impressive and really nicely done. I think it looks really interesting. I love the pattern that it comes with. It comes up and around the back here, around the flipper tab as well, and then just a little bit here towards the edges, and then the actual flush part here just has it on the outside, but it's completely smooth on the top side. Just really interesting how well this is done and how nice it looks. Does have Damascus on the back spacer. You can see it there, and it has it on the pocket clip. Nice small pop of color, and then you see it again here on the pivot collars. Just a tiny bit of color here. It has a nice dark stonewash, acid etch stonewash on here. You can see the little bit of stonewashing on there, and it looks really good. It has a very beautiful patina look to it. I really like the looks and color on this. Now, I will say the one thing I'll say right off the bat is that the flipper tab, not my favorite. While it does work, I think it kind of takes away a little bit from the aesthetics of the knife. I think it would look better with like one of the more modern flipper tabs that you see on knives today. I'm looking to see if I have one close by to kind of give an example, but it just dawned on me I don't think I have any flippers nearby that I can actually reference for what type of tab I'm talking about. But I think a lower profile flipper tab, even if it had more, this is not an example of what I'm talking about, because the ones today are more like, like maybe that big. I don't know. But I think a little bit of a more, if it dropped it down a little bit and then kind of had just a little bit of a ramp, I think it would have matched a little bit better. But all in all, again, this is really nice. It has a really good hollow grind on here, and then it is a compound grind, so it does have thickness out at the tip to give it strength. And I didn't cut too much with this, being that it is a custom and I don't get the opportunity to review custom knives on my channel that much. So I did just test it a little bit to see what it felt like. I'm sure this is not the factory edge. It has a good edge on it, but the geometry, when it went through a little bit of the cardboard, I just took like one piece and went through it a few times, felt really nice. The main thing I wanted to do is just get a sense of how this felt. Even for the age of this, everything is solid. Side to side is solid, up and down is solid, and it's again hydraulically smooth opening and closing, feeling really good. And the blade itself, it is a little bit more robust, but again, that hollow grind just lets it kind of glide through the material that you're using it on. So I wanted to do an overview. It's a little bit different. I'm not going to give like alternative recommendations. If you're looking at a custom, or if you're watching this video because you're interested in Clark blades, the Instagram's out there for customs that he has done. He has very, very nice knives. I like the way that everything looked on this, and I really appreciate Dave sending this over. If you want to check out Satu Dave on YouTube and Instagram, and if you like his content, give him a follow. That's up to you. But I really am grateful that he sent this over. Again, I really do appreciate the level of detail that goes into something like this, and just all the little touches and everything that are on the knife. I just found it so interesting. So I'm so glad that he decided to send it along for me to check out with another pair of knives that I was really interested in looking at. Flipper only, so it's not super fidget friendly, but again, for the year that the knife's being made and the quality of the build on this custom, it's just a really cool knife, and I'm so glad I got to check it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and what customs are you interested in or chasing and or have down in the comments. I'd love to know. That type of stuff always interests me. If you're enjoying the content, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you'd like to follow along as I grow the channel. Thanks again, Dave, for sending this over. Thanks for everyone who has subscribed, that watches and comments. I appreciate all of the support. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.